So how do you feel after 4 sessions? How's the offensive line looking?
I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good going into it. The main thing is everybody's healthy. You know, it's always it doesn't matter what level you're on. The offensive line is usually last in order to really get things going. There's so much to put in, and you can't just roll the ball out and just run around, different things of that nature. So, but I think everybody picked up things fairly quickly. You know, just from a technical standpoint, just really trying to get technique down and just get everybody working on the same page. You know, there are a lot of moving parts, but the main thing is everybody's been healthy, everyone's feeling good. Sal's done a great job with them in the offseason, getting guys not just bigger and stronger, but more flexible. I'm really excited about what's to come.
Taking any extra care and maybe keeping them healthier, maybe they do less, being a little bit thin on the offensive line?
No, you know what? I mean, we have a lot of numbers, you know, so guys don't have to take as many reps as before. A little top heavy in terms of our talents, you know, in terms of quality depth, what I would like it to be, but you know, that'll develop as the year progresses. You know, a lot of young guys. Just the main thing is, you know, we're not taking as many reps. You know, the different system. You know, there's a lot of positives to it, but one of the negatives is you're taking a lot of reps. You know, in the games you have 90+ plays in practice. You know, you multiply that by 2 or 3 times. You know, and so that's saving the guys' legs, and that enables guys to be a little bit bigger. And you see, you know, if you've seen the guys walking around, I mean, it's pretty remarkable about the changes their bodies have made, you know, in this offseason. So I've always tried to kind of take care of the guys. Just you know, it's been a big deal talking about depth, but that's been the case here, regardless if it's numbers or because of injuries. I mean, we won the bowl game, bringing over a D lineman and a walk-on, you know, or you know, going into camp, you know, we have 7 or 8 guys. And, you know, throughout the season, I think after the second game, there's a lot of stuff not made about the defense. We had injuries, but I think after the second game, we had a different O-line every single week. But we kind of make it work. We work as a cohesive unit. That's one of the reasons why we have guys that can play multiple positions. Just plug guys in and keep them moving. So I've always kind of tried to take care of them and keep their legs fresh. But being the system that we're in, it enables guys to do that naturally.
How do you felt the running game should be done right now?
Good. I mean, you see it today. We just go up and down the field. I mean, and it's harder for us when there's no pads on. It's harder for offensive linemen unless you really play that. You don't understand that there's no. In terms of your aiming points, it's hard to stay on them because you can't grab or hold. You know, you're not supposed to hold this. You know, as you do, you get your hands on the breastplate. The passing game is the same thing. You know, and so if you could do that with no pads on, when guys are going faster than what they would do with the pads on, then you do a pretty good job. And I thought we did well moving the ball. And we're trying to do things combination-wise that we haven't done in the past, and guys really picked up on it and they're embracing it and they like it. You know, and then you go out there and have an opportunity like this and move the field day and have some success, and all of a sudden they believe in it even more. The more and more you believe in it, the more and more you get excited about it, the better you're going to do. And we're just doing that each and every day.
What's the biggest challenge of replacing a leader like Jake?
You know, it's just, you know, I mean, Jake has been our leader, but then you have those other guys that have been playing here a long time too. But the great thing is you have a guy like Scotty that played 2 years before he had a red shirt, you know, due to injury. And then he comes back and he's been a leader in the locker room and a leader in our room, especially even when he was out. Connor's developed into that. He's kind of been waiting his turn. I think that's part of the reason why he came back this year is he wanted to be that guy. Colton is a guy, you know, that didn't speak at all before. Whether that's on his visit or when he first got here, that's really come out of the shell, and he's leading in his own way. And then obviously Kenny, even though he hasn't been a consistent starter all the time, I mean, he's been very comfortable. He's been here for a while. So all those guys leading their own way. It's kind of spread out instead of being one guy. And I just think there's more voices, and there's it enables guys to ask more people in the room, you know, how things should be done. And a lot of them are leading by example. They've been around it for a while, and this is what our 5th year here, and guys kind of know how to operate. So the guys that are coming in are just falling in line.
You had to find 2 starters at the guard spot.
Yes.
How's that competition going?
Right now we have our starters. You know,
That would be your starters.
Wallen. Yeah, going into it right now, that's what it is. It's open competition, but those guys have done some things to separate themselves. Najee's right there, but you know, defense needed him, so having him go over there, set him back a little bit. But I mean, he's progressing. He's gaining his weight back. He's gaining weight back. I think he's like 278 right now, and he's looking good. You know, and just some of the things that we do in the run game are things that he did in high school. They ran the ball every single play. They never pass block or anything like that. So when we run power and those different things, he's a natural at it. He does really well. In the passing game, you know, sometimes, you know, there's a concern of struggling when he has a guy that's maybe he's outmanned in terms of weight and size. But even that plays a tremendous amount of leverage. And uses his hands really well. There's just little nuances they need to pick up and just kind of, you know, master. And, you know, I think he'll be right in there too. So. Josh Ward-Lopez coming along, Andre James, I'm very pleased. You know, one of the things he has to do, I told him, play within himself. Don't get so caught up in the one-on-one battle with Deion. You know, Deion's going to get you sometimes. You need to move on to the next play. You know, I mean, realistically, if you go against him 10 times, you're probably going to lose, you know, a good amount of those right now because he's still learning, and Deion's an accomplished rusher and those different things. But every day's a process. He needs to build on that every single day, take the positives and build on that the next day, and just get better. You know, work on the things we're doing instead of just trying to win and just go out there and go crazy. You know? And so I'm very pleased with just the maturity of the guys that have been here.
Was Kwasi-Mall different than the starting spot?
Just believing in himself. You know, the big thing with him is he's had a fractured hand off and on for 2 years. You know, it's a constant battle. That's why he missed most of the season last year. That's why he ended up missing the spring. And that's something that, you know, as offensive lineman, if you can't use both your hands, sometimes you lose a little bit of confidence, and maybe he's not as strong at the point as he'd like to be. And all of a sudden, you start doubting yourself a little bit. And I just think going into this, knowing that we have confidence in him, putting him in there and saying, hey, this is yours to lose, I think goes a long way with him in terms of how we believe in him. And just, you know, it's not just rhetoric. You know, I'm showing him that, hey, as long as you do what you're supposed to do, that's going to be your spot. And he's doing a good job, you know, and I'm excited about it. And he has a great opportunity to work against somebody really good in Eddie Vanderdoes, and he holds his own. You know, sometimes he loses against him, but you know, that's you're not going to see anybody really better than that throughout the year. So, you know, it's a learning experience, and take something from it each day.
Thank you.